to our show on Cricketgraph. Today we have with us Mr. Rupesh Khandke, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Shivaji Park Lions, a team that plays the coveted Mumbai Premier League. So Mr. Rupesh Khandke is an electronics engineer by profession, and he runs his own company for the last 23 years, which is based in hardware and software technologies. Apart from running his own business, he himself has been an avid cricket lover, avid cricket follower. He has been playing cricket since his school days, college days, and today he has become the chief executive officer of a team called Shivaji Park Lions that plays the Mumbai Premier League. So, on that note, I would like to welcome Mr. Rupesh Khandke on our show for Cricket Graph.
Yeah, hi Julie, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Fine, Julie. Yes.
Great,
Tell me.
sir. Yes.
It is really a pleasure speaking to you, and of course, on behalf of Cricketgraph. Cricketgraph has been the actually sporting avenue over here, the digital media and everything for all the young budding cricketers, for all the ongoing tournaments in the Mumbai cricket. So you are always been the fastest digital media to be posted for all the minus scores, all the success stories of all the games. So tell me, Ruth.
Absolutely, sir. And it is indeed our pleasure to have you on our show today. All right, so let us get going with it. So, sir, tell us more about Shivaji Park Lions. We all have seen them playing in the Mumbai Premier League, but tell us more about the team and how you ended up becoming the CEO of this team.
Shivaji Park Lions. So it all started in 2018 when Mumbai Cricket Association actually came up with this unique idea of having its own Mumbai Premier League. And we all know cricket is not just a sport in the country, it's just a religion for all of us. And everybody in India actually loves the sport so much. So for the love of the game, this opportunity was actually given by the Mumbai Cricket Association. And we were really thankful to our owners, franchisee owners. That is Jupiter Entertainment and Cosmos Group of Company, which has been owned by Mr. Naresh Jain, Harsh Jain, Manish Mehta, Anil Kothari. So we all got together and we actually were lucky enough to actually end up in that final bid and earn this prestigious Shivaji Park team. So Mumbai Premier League, when they started, they were very different in actually choosing the locations in the whole city. The whole idea behind was choosing different locations, the famous locations. So we had Shivaji Park, we had the Sobos, we had the Andheri, the Bandra, the Trump Nights, all different locations. And to be very realistic, we actually wanted Shivaji Park because Shivaji Park has always been, Shivaji Park has always been the mother of cricket of Mumbai. You have seen a lot of budding cricketers, all the Indian cricketers, the greats of Sachin Tendulkar, Vinod Kambli, and all Sandeep Patil, and all have been practicing on it. So initially, when we got this Shivaji Park title, the name, we were all under a lot of stress, pressure that we had to actually prove ourselves. And when we got in the first meeting, we always decided not to go for very big names and to actually find out, because scouting was very important in this. The whole idea behind Mumbai Premier League was to scout all the young talent and then form an good team and give them the opportunity to play with the professionals. You see the Mumbai cricket team, you have the likes of Rohit Sharma, Shreyas Iyer, you have Ajinkya Rani, you have Dhawal, you have all the big names. You just pile up their values in the IPL, you see how big they are. These young cricketers, they had an opportunity and a platform to play with these professionals. So the idea was very, very, very innovative. And we were all excited. We started scouting for all the teams. And it all started with looking for the mentor. So the best mentor we could get was none other than the great Vinod Kambli. And Vinod Kambli sir was very kind enough to actually accept our request. And he was the mentor for our team for the first season. Second season, we had Wasim Jafar. And then we wanted a very young, talented a coach. So he was the coach who knows who are the emerging great cricketers. So we got hold of the one of the best, that was the Vinod Raghavan and Prasad Desai. So having them, so we finally decided our actually committee, the team, the group of whom we're going to, on the auction day, we had around 50 to 60 names we had already scouted, and we wanted, lucky, auction day is a very different day. You don't know what you get. You bid for someone and then you don't get it. But we were lucky enough to have the likes of Shivam Dubey, Siddesh Lad, Brevesh Shetty, Ronak. So we almost got 90% of what we had decided. It was a very tactical move. We used to always, bid for the players only whom we had actually scouted. So we had a team actually, not big names. We were never the favorites, but we were the underdogs. We were not the underdogs, but we had a team. And that's how we started with the Shivaji Park journey way back in 2018. So, and everything is just moved on from there.
Absolutely.
So that's all we know. Shivaji Park Lions, the first season, we started low. We lost the first two matches. And then we had an group team meeting. We all pumped up the players that never the end. We'll just come back. And thereafter, the team just went on winning, winning, and winning.
Mhm.
Nobody can forget the quarterfinals when actually Shivam hit Praveen Tambe, of course, a very big name,
Yes.
for 5 sixes in over. And none other than less, they were not to forget the finals,
Mhm.
where actually when we required 26 runs to win and 5 balls, we were already Shivam had scored 22.
Wow.
And last ball, actually, we didn't connect. So we actually felt very bad when last ball, it should have connected, it should have flown for the 4, and then we would have won. But still, being a runner for the season 1 was a very big
Mhm.
thing. We enjoyed, we were actually enjoying.
Absolutely. So, sir, I think that from whatever you have said, that MPL just started in 2018. I think after a couple of years, there was a break due to COVID. But again, we are hoping to see MPL back in 2022. But in this short period of time, I'm sure there has been a lot of excitement and popularity that this MPL has garnered. And I'm sure that many aspiring cricketers are looking forward to play in MPL and maybe, of course, play for Shivaji Park Lions. So, how do you think should the aspiring cricketers look for getting selected into Shivaji Park Lions team?
See, actually, we would like to thank the Mumbai Cricket Association, because if you see the format of the Mumbai Cricket, right from the time the season starts in October, right up till 31st May, they have so many tournaments, different tournaments for all different age groups. They just keep on happening, and that time, we always keep a track of all the budding cricketers who are actually scoring, who are doing well. So it is not a one-day exercise. It is a consistent performance, and we just keep on scouting good players. So it is not one tournament that somebody plays and he can just get into any. I'm not talking only about Shivaji Park, but any of the 8 franchises. Now we have 8. Initially we had 6. So now we have 8 franchises. So it's very difficult to actually get into the league team actually. And it's like, it's become, we are, apart from all the different tournaments which the Mumbai Cricket Association has, Mumbai Premier League has become very big. It's like, after Ranji, you can say MPL is one of the biggest events which the MC hosts. So, and everybody, keeps on practicing, getting hard, trying hard to just get into the team. So, when we actually scout, we see the consistency of the player. We speak to a lot of coaches, we speak to a lot of selectors. And then we actually on the auction day, before the tournament, we have selection trials. So over there, we see the performances. We give them the opportunity to actually perform in few selection matches, which we host. And then we have a list of 50 members, which we actually submit to the MCA. Of course, every team submits a list of 50, and there are many of them are overlapping players. Like everybody gives their names. So apart from that, we have a focus. We have on the proficiencies of different players. We focus on them, and then we have our probable list of 50. And from there, we try to actually bid on the auction day. We retain a few of them who are the best, and then the others are just, it's all depends on the auction day whom we get. But dedication, determination, these are few things which if a budding cricketer keeps on actually focusing on his target, will actually more than enough to have him in our team. And it's like Shivaji Park Lions is a very good, it's a family. And once we have somebody in a family, we had around 20 cricketers in season 1. And in the season 2, we actually couldn't retain few players. But if you see the score sheets of the second Premier League also, you see all the players who have played for the first season for the Shivaji Park Lions all perform. So like Shams, like Ramjani and all these players, we were actually Roy Das. So we were actually, unfortunate to miss them in the second. And that is why we couldn't actually do well also. So regretting that we actually could have retained them. But it's on the auction day, you never know what happens. But to a message to all the cricket lovers from all the age groups, you all keep on performing well. Don't worry. Not only Shivaji Park Lions, all the 8 franchisee owners, they have their own scouting team. They keep on moving on the ground. You never know when they are seeing you, and they are just watching you and they see. I have to keep a track as a CEO. It's a very stressed position. We have to keep a track of all the records, justify ourselves that why we are not picking up a player. Why are we picking up a player? We have a set of coaches whom we discuss. We have a set of selectors to see how the selectors select the team for the Ranjis, for the under 19 Mumbai teams, 23, 25. So these lists which are posted by the MC on the net, we all have kept them, and then accordingly, because they are all good performers, that is why they are playing for the state, for Mumbai. So we do that, and then finally we get into our set of 50, and from that 50, luckily we have the lucky 20 who are actually playing for our team.
Absolutely. So I think thank you, Mr. Rupesh, that you have beautifully highlighted what could be the pathway for the upcoming and the budding cricketers if they want to play this coveted MPL going forward. And of course, we all know that IPL is going on right now. And probably if people perform in the MPL, they may get a chance to feature in the IPL for Mumbai Indians. So yes, all the cricketers who are listening out, this MPL could be the platform that you can use to get into IPL going forward. All right, so 2022 year, of course, we have seen many cricket competitions being held. IPL is, of course, going on. So do you see we'll be having MPL this year? What is the update on that?
That's a very nice question, Julie. I have been waiting for this MPL third season to happen since last 2 years, but unfortunately, because of the pandemic, there are no tournaments, and basically the time slot. I wanted to actually have requested the organizers also a lot of time that we had the first MPL season just before, say 15-20 days before the IPL, and the second was after the IPL. So we have always, all the franchises, we keep on requesting the MCA and they keep on requesting the BCCI to actually have this event way back somewhere in December or Jan. So all the performances are taken into consideration. See, Mumbai Premier League is a small, means not as big as IPL. But if you really perform in the MPL, then you get a chance to be picked up for the IPL or other big tournaments also. So our request to the MCA is always there that, sir, please try. But unfortunately, there are we have a Ranjis and everything going on. So time slot is never available. So you see other TPL, Karnataka Premier League, they are all held in the month of October, November. So if this league has been posted a little bit before, then it helps the players once you perform. Because after the IPL, if you post it, then there is the rainy season coming on. So then you again start the season way back in October. So till that time, a lot of people tend to, miss their opportunity to sneak into the bigger Premier League. So a request is always there. So we are always waiting for the MCA to hold the third season. I don't know. I must have received 1,000 of calls, messages, requested that when is the MPL happening? So this is the biggest question, and eagerly waiting. Luckily, we have a new committee who is there, very active, proactive, and you can see they have organized a very short span. Once the restrictions were off, I really appreciate the Mumbai Cricket Association committee and all the members of that committee. That small span, they are trying to hold all the tournaments in this small span. Okay, they are making the grounds available. And this is all happening, and still I feel very positive to actually have the third season of MPL soon. So that's it.
Let us hope so. Just like Mr. Rupesh, let us hope that we get to see the third season of MPL, because we all know that the first 2 seasons were pretty exciting and it garnered a lot of attention and attraction from not only the cricket players but also from the fans. Because I remember even I attended one of the matches at Wankhede Stadium, and the stadium was jam-packed. So I'm sure all the Mumbaikars are also looking forward to this exciting MPL, and let us hope that the MCA listens to Mr. Rupesh and we have the MPL soon in 2022. So MPL, as you have said, it has been played by many players. You mentioned a few of them like Shivam Dube, Shams Mulani, of course. But can you name some more players who have played MPL and then went on to play for India or in IPL?
Yeah, see, basically, when the MPL whole idea was there, each team had an icon player. So every team chose an icon player. We have the icon player like Rohit Sharma. We had one of the icon players, Surya Kumar Yadav. We had icon players in each, Shreyas Iyer, Ajinkya Rahane. Everybody had one of the icon with Dhaval Kulkarni. And playing with these big names, actually, they were the performers in the first MPL who actually got a good background to play with them. And then you see after the first MPL, you have the likes of Shivam Dube, you had the likes of Prithvi Shaw, you had the likes of other players who actually didn't make it to the big league. But then after playing on the first stage, you have Shams playing for the Ranji. And these players, then they not only played for the IPL, but they went on playing for the country also. So the MPL gives a very strong platform, and this message actually I would like to give to all the young Mumbai cricketers, that if you keep on performing and this MPL is just a platform with the MCA has given, you can be picked up for the country. It's a very strong message which we would like to give actually.
All right. So on that note, I think I would like to thank you, Mr. Rupesh Khandke, who is the CEO of Shivaji Park Lions, a team that plays the MPL, for talking to us, for talking to Cricketgraph about his team, Shivaji Park Lions, and of course about the MPL. So thank you, Mr. Rupesh, and thank you to all the viewers and fans for watching this.
Yeah, Julie. Thank you, Julie. Thanks for all that.